MLG as our special game of the week this week. No one cares about the Falcons and whoever they played. No, but we're here for the Cleveland and Tennessee. Geronimo with Tennessee, one of the newer members, but has played really well thus far. Brady, one of the vets, but has been struggling. What do you expect to see today, Nate? All right, so we're going to have the Browns here on offense. They run more of an air raid attack. What are some of the strengths to air raid in your opinion? All right, so we got some movement on the defensive front. Coming out in a gun. Looks like handoff to start. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Jeffrey Simmons is absolutely a monster. Not necessarily the most important thing to get the ground game going in air raid, but it does take an experienced pilot, like you said. And I think everyone needs to, in all fairness, but you're absolutely right. All right, so we got Trips right side, back on the left. We're dropping back to pass. Looking. He's just going to take the one-on-one, but not a great thing. Tank Dell, not exactly a height advantage over there against, I think, was A.J. Terrell, with the pass breakup. So now we're in 3rd and long just to start the game off. As he throws an interception right on cue after with what you were saying. Yeah, like you said, he was attacking that post corner on the right side out of trips. Threw it a little bit early, it looks like. Had a rough pass there from Deshaun Watson. Sailed right to the cornerback. But like you said, it's kind of tough to put yourself in a risky situation like that. Absolutely. As Tennessee now under center. A little bit different here. We got a trap up the middle. Runs right into the defender. I think he saw the grass behind him, but maybe missed him exactly. And that was it against Dime there. So interesting defensive call as well. Absolutely. Now we got shotgun this time. Looks like we got Trips right. He drops back to pass. He's got a couple level comp sets open. Renfro gets the first down, but is injured. So what does Geronimo like to do on offense? So I'm pulling up his offensive stats here. He is 17th in the league in points scored at 24, middle of the road, also in total yards, passing yards, and 22nd in rushing yards. His scheme in game is listed as West Coast spread. So I do know he has a football background, and I believe he is very strong on the defensive side there. So definitely something ready to go on that end as we get that play-action jailbreak screen. What do you think of that play specifically? I think that jailbreak screen works out well for a lot of guys. Just like on that run there, able to stop him right away. We may be looking at that field goal like you were looking at earlier. So Cody does immediately check me. He's running an Indy offense, which explains the under center action we've seen in the traditional sets. So we're looking at that. I do have the Twitch chat pulled up. More than happy to interact with people. Yeah, he's running a Manning style offense basically. Okay, so Third down. He's got 2 backs. And that was perfectly read on defense, but unfortunately, he continued to move back and allowed that dig to make a play. That's tough. You know Brady's upset. Back under center. Drop the pass. Everything looks like it's pretty well covered, and that is a sack. Just right on cue there. So some good defense from Brady. I mean, so if you just look at the points, the Browns are giving up 47 points a game. That's largely due to the interceptions, though. If you look at their yardage, they're 6th in passing yards, although people have to run against them, but only 27th in rushing yards, though. So that's middle of the road in yards at 15th. So his defense is not bad if he can prevent those interceptions. As we get another bubble screen. Good hurdle. McBride getting the first down. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. 17 yards. Sorry. You make a fair point. All right, so we're under center inside the 5 here. We're making a stretch play. Defense looks to have bottled it up pretty well. No fall forward nonsense. There's only a gain about 1. Again, this defense continues to play well. So Geronimo sees this, and he says, all right, I answer you now with an empty look. He's still base formation, base personnel, but we're running empty now against this Browns defense. Drop back to pass. Pretty well covered. He's going to try to scramble, and shoestring tackle gets him just behind the line of scrimmage. Now we got 3rd and 5. So do you find more sacks occur due to coverage sacks like that one, or like we've seen so far, or do you like to generate pressure with blitzes? Drop back to pass. Looks like a high pass to Neighbors on the slant, but it was dropped actually, so we're going to be stuck with a field goal. And they are telling me that they can't hear you, which is wonderful. So let me see if I can fix that. Normally we try to do tests and stuff like that before we get rolling, but did not have time for that today, but that's okay. My output is on. Desktop audio is checked. Alright, so while I'm trying to get this figured out, I want you to address Brady here. Pretend you're talking to him live, and I want you to diagnose what his problem is at the beginning of the game and see if we can fix it.
Play call on 3rd and 12 would have been better off. Even if you don't get the first down, you're punting the ball, living to fight another day.
Okay, so now we're driving back to pass. Looks like another screen tackled behind the line, or not, just past the line of scrimmage. I think we got your audio fixed. Apologies to everyone at home. A little bit of a rough start, but it is what it is. All right, so apologize, Nate. I may have wasted your time a little bit there, but we're ready to rock and roll now. So we're good to go.
So you can hear me now? Oh, good.
Yeah, I think KT said he had you there, so there we go.
Yeah. Well, I was saying with Brady, man, like just on early, you threw that interception on the first drive. He was in a 3rd and 12 situation. He just had to make a safer play call there. He tried to throw a corner route that really gave up an interception, gives the guy 3 points. Now you're playing defense inside he gets a first down. He's already in field goal range. He did a good job of stopping him, but this could be a 0-0 game. You could have punted and lived to fight another day. So But we'll see though. He stopped him. Good defense play so far. Establish the run game. I know he wants to be air raid, but you gotta establish the run game.
Yeah, but the
And
2 times he's tried it, Jeff Simmons has said hello to the running back.
yeah,
So
man. Yeah, man.
especially
That's a star right there.
especially as an air raid, I feel like it would be really easy to just say I'm completely done with the ground game. But then you really put yourself in a precarious situation, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Early in this game, you gotta make him think. You don't want him just dropping guys back and him making, those guys making plays. He's already thrown one interception.
Absolutely. So we got
Add
trips
the
left.
play action pass game. That'll definitely help.
Trips left side, drop back to pass. He's got a couple of concepts open. Njoku settles down, which is excellent, and nearly gets to the first down marker. Definitely what you
Great
want to see
decision.
out of an air raid right there. Honestly,
Great decision.
I'm half surprised that Madden had him stop at the right point there. I know it's a part of the play, but we've all played this game before. But excellent execution, good read, good throw, nearly got the first down.
Yeah, Madden can definitely be bogus at times. But yeah, that's a big. I mean, that's a supplement to his run game right there, the short passing game, though. So he's got to be hit. He's got to be efficient with it.
Third down, we got trips right side motion into that mesh. He does not have. Oh, yep. Left side opened up. Got that first down. Got another 10 or so yards. There we go. Now we're starting to cook.
Good patience. Good patience. Set his feet with his quarterback. Didn't, threw an accurate ball. Looked like he wanted to kind of run a little bit. He got a little antsy in the pocket, but then set his feet. Good throw. Wide open receiver. First down.
Completely agree. And I also noticed on that first drive, wasn't as heavy in the air raid concepts, but this one here, now he's getting a little bit more to what your traditional concepts are going to be. What do you think playing to the strength of your offense, how does that affect it versus just calling hit plays here or there?
You probably feel more comfortable with the plays that you practice. So if you're playing to your scheme, these plays, he's probably in the plays that he's probably been labbing the most. So he's going to feel comfortable right now. The game's close, so he doesn't have to do anything off script. So just kind of keep steady, trust the offense, and trust what you're doing. You'll be all right.
So here was one where he had Y cross there out of pistol. It was man coverage. I mean, you can see that right from the start. He checked down really fast there with no pressure in his face whatsoever.
I want to say 81 was coming wide open on the crosser. That rushed too much.
So that's one where I know guys do a really bad job of pre-snap deciding where they're going to go with the ball, but that's one where, hey, if I read man right away, I'm going to give that Y cross a little bit extra time. How much of that do you implement into your game?
I would definitely, now that I have CJ Stroud and I feel more comfortable with the protection. Oh, big play. But now that I got Stroud, I feel comfortable with the protection. I'll hold the ball a little bit longer. But I don't like throwing interceptions too, so I'll take sacks before I throw interceptions, to be honest with you, man. It's a terrible logic, but it works for me,
Fair enough.
Bad pass right there, though.
So that's one where this is when when I was coaching high school, the number one mistakes my quarterbacks always made was throwing their interception straight to the read guy. I feel like he was so focused on that guy and what to do, and then he was trying to read him that he's just like pressed the ball near where the user was. It's a tough play, but you hate to see interception on back-to-back drive. As we now drop back at midfield, he tries to hit the check down, but as hit as he throws, like as you said earlier, that pass rush is pretty monstrous.
Yeah. You got to have a concept. You got to have that mental clock in your head if you're a guy that wants to run the air raid and not be all antsy in the pocket. I told Brady before the season he might have wanted to think of a different scheme, but I appreciate him going out there and trying something, though. It looked good for a little while, but these interceptions look, and he has interceptions that he's missing too. It's crazy. He's right in the air.
Yep. You're right. Yeah, he's reading it pretty well. He's getting back to his spot. He's in good position. Both of the times on a dig route, just not able to capitalize there.
And there's nobody else there to cover. That's the crazy part. Like, you should be focused on the dig.
So that's actually something developmentally that's really hard, especially at the high school level for defenders. What they try to do is, as we get a big hole, but not necessarily a big run. I think
not the problem, at all.
Yeah, the problem that I've seen with defenders is they know if it, like, let's say it's spot drop coverage. They know that they need to get to an area, but then they cover grass, and that was kind of the big thing we always harped on was whatever you're doing, don't cover grass. If you take somebody away, that's better than taking nobody away. And that may be something that Brady can improve on because you can tell he gets to position real well. Yeah. He's where he needs to be. He's got a good defensive call. That's one of the hardest things in the game. But then if he can work on covering men instead of covering grass, maybe that'll help him improve.
Yeah, well said. Definitely.
All right, so we're under center again. We got some room on the right side. He's checking for sure. Cover one,
Mm-hmm.
making
That
sure we
run
got.
to the right side looks tempting. Oh, he's
He's
drawing back.
yeah, he's lots of checks
Oh,
there. Drops back to pass, contested throw, but he's able to make the throw and the catch, and that was dangerous to say the least.
yeah, definitely. Is that Denzel Ward? Or I
That
just
is
see he
Denzel
has
Ward.
21 on. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. He doesn't have the superstar, the X factor anymore, but that's a good corner to throw that route on. That's crazy.
So what he was doing was he said, "All right, I got more four verts. I'm setting up my checks. Right, if I see man coverage, then I'm going to hit the out
Yeah,
route. But like you said, that's a stud corner, so that's pretty dangerous.
yeah, you got to know the personnel. Big time
Absolutely,
run. 56 got out there with that block. Nice
big
run.
stretch.
Nice juke.
Way to break the tackle. Way to make the guy miss with the juke down to the two. Absolutely big deal.
That's an effective run play right there. You power run, get those big linemen out front. Yeah, after that first block, it's just you and the safety, and he made him miss.
Absolutely. All right, so we're under center again. We've got loaded right side here by the offense.
Oh,
Run up the middle, stuffed by Miles
Miles
Garrett. There's your
Garrett.
boy.
99 overall, best player in the league, best defensive player in the league, defensive player of the year in real life. Yeah, that's the guy you got to account for every time.
All right, so now we're going to gun. When you're in this situation, if you're a more traditional team, you would think run, but do you ever, as he hands off here, he's got the read, yep, able to make the guy miss. So he worked out there by staying to the run, right? That's his identity. He said, this is what I'm going to stick to. How often do you think guys try to, if I get stuffed in the ground game one play, I'm going to go to the pass game the next play or vice versa? Because I think that's an issue.
Yeah, it definitely is an issue. But I mean, it's just what you feel comfortable doing. Some guys feel comfortable just pounding it against, into the line of scrimmage 4 times in a row. Some guys will throw every time they get in time to five. Just what you feel comfortable doing. Me personally, we got to run the ball, man. We got to push people around. I mean, you establish dominance like that, and it's easier to run the ball for a touchdown than pass that little space.
What are your thoughts on kickoffs and kickoff returns
Um,
in Madden?
in Madden. I think, I mean, this year, I've been getting a lot returned on me. I'd rather kick it out of the end zone. I don't even want to take a chance with these guys. But in years past, it was harder to get returns. I feel like this year and last year as well, like it's easier to run them back, especially if those middle returns. If you kick it straight down the middle and those guys block it up right, dude will run straight through and not be touched at all. Like, so I think, I mean, it's I've had a few in the first season. I had the Saints. I believe you got them now, but I had the Saints. I had Rashid Shaheed. I think I had like 3 return touchdowns with him, but I haven't run any back this year. So maybe it's just the returner, or just this year's a little bit easier to return it. I don't know, but I've been getting them shits ran back and forth on me. It's crazy.
So I think the traditional wisdom is if you kick it off to the side like he did here, it's going to be a poor return more often than not. If you kick it down the middle, it's going to be a touchdown more often than not.
Exactly.
So
yeah, untouched. This shit crazy.
As we've got a seam beating seam here, able to make the deflect. So that's one where Madden frustrates me because that's a cover 3 seam call. Like it should always be taken away, but sometimes the receiver is fast enough to where he still wins there. I get they're trying to play underneath leverage on that. It worked out in this case, but it's like, come on, game. That's the one thing you're not supposed to give up.
Exactly. But if you look on one of my screens, that'll be the first thing you hear me say, I got called seam, and somebody hits me down that right seam. It's crazy.
Jeff Simmons almost blew that play up. Be able to cut back, though, and get that first down. So the first big run of the game here for Brady.
There you go. Establish it a little bit. Just pepper it in, man. You ain't got to, you want to be air raid, throw the ball a lot. That's fine. But just pepper it in a little bit. Make them keep guessing.
We check back to it? Okay, so Geronimo sees the check. He says, okay, I'm getting out of that play. So now we're going to check back to a pass. Drops back. Got him. Solid game.
Easy throw.
I mean, that's what we need to see, right? He's trying to be smart.
Yeah, easy throw.
He said, hey, if you're giving me the run, I'm taking the run. If you're not, I'm going to try to make the nice, easy throw. We're going to move, 9, 10 yards down the field, set up a second and easy.
Yeah, be patient, man. You got to get a score here. You're down 10-0. Halftime should be coming up here soon. You may get one more possession before halftime if you can get a stop. You got to get a score here.
So there we got a gain of 1 or 2. He got the first down, but I feel like if he continues on and follows that blocker, I think he would have had a lot more grass off to that left side.
I was just going to say, there was a lot of room to run over there. You got to give it a chance there.
So I think, to
Pick the wrong hole.
That's the trouble with a zone blocking scheme, is you have to make sure you're in the right hole. With a gap blocking scheme, it's a lot easier. You're like, hey, it's right here, run into it. With zone, there's more reading involved. What are your thoughts on the two different blocking schemes for running here?
I think if you are a patient runner, zone could get you a long way. You know, like if you're not as patient, you just want to hit it a little bit faster. Usually, power game to me works a little bit better. The trap, you can hit all that a little bit quicker. But like you said, man, I mean, he had a hole right there. You got to see it. You got to, not stay off that turbo and make sure you hit the right gap. But I prefer power run game rather than zone gap scheme, rather than zone. But for the most part, I just think if you're patient enough, you can be really dangerous running that zone run scheme though too. Absolutely. And incorporating that with these RPOs too is really wild too.
So we've got a run here right into the defender there, but it's all right. Gain of 3, we take those, right? After the big play to Tank Dell finally was able to hit that streak against AJ Terrell. I mean, now we're in field goal range. Yeah,
you're in a rhythm right now. Slow it down a little bit, maybe burn a little bit more clock. But yeah, you're in somewhat of a rhythm right now. Just don't make a mistake.
Trips left, drop back to pass, scrambles out, has the wide cross, Tank Dell for the touchdown.
Touchdown, nice play. Nice play, Brady. That's some big time stuff right there.
So he was able to buy a little bit of time, dance around the pocket. He wasn't doing anything crazy. It wasn't a 15-yard drop back. He didn't just sprint way outside. But that match defense is failing there against that wide crosser. Got it for the touchdown.
Well, he had a linebacker covering a receiver. That's it right there. 52 is a big guy. He's probably 230 pounds, and Tank Dell is not. He's really fast, and you're not going to cover him across the field.
Definitely.
But good throw. Nice poise in the pocket, buying time and finding him in the end zone.
Absolutely. Good job on identifying the mismatch, like you said. All right, so now, 3-point game. Dronma has the lead and the ball. But if you're Brady, I think you're as happy as you can be right now.
No, yeah. At worst case, you're going to, even if he scores here, you probably go into halftime 17-7. You got a points. Does he get the ball at half? I forgot who kicked off.
I believe Brady started with the ball.
Right? Okay. So, Brady, you got to get a stop here then. It's still kind of in, danger zone right here. You can't let him get anything because if he's going to get the ball at half, you could be in trouble. So a stop is a big deal right here for Brady. But, yeah, he should feel good about that last drive.
Definitely. And I just want to give a shout-out to Geronimo there. Very gentlemanly to kneel that. That's a returnable ball. I personally abstain from interacting with kickoffs. I literally take over my guy. I don't even have him run to the ball because I think it's an atrocity what Madden does with it. But that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to give my props to him for that. So we got shotgun here. Looks like we got a balanced set. We drop back to pass, hit the slant route pretty quick to Neighbors, and that is a first down.
Nice quick throw. Threw it on time, right there in between the linebacker, right between the linebacker and the corner. Good throw. Absolutely. Nice drive. Nice way to start your drive. Get a quick first down.
All right, so we got another shotgun. Looking like we're making checks at the line. I think Browns have a cover 3 hard flat look. Drop back to pass. Looked like it's pretty well covered. He did not take the dig away this time.
Great call.
But we got the sack, and there we go.
It's a good play call.
Definitely.
I think he wanted that out route. He wasn't expecting the hard flat coverage right there. That's a good play call.
Absolutely.
That D-line. This D-line is working.
It's feasting for sure. And I think Brady may have noticed that. Instead of focusing on covering deep, he may be trying to take away the quick stuff, expecting his defensive line to feast.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Drop back and make him throw in the coverage.
Second and long, we got shotgun making more checks at the line. Play clock is ticking down, but we will snap. Myles Garrett's making some moves, and there's a tackle to create the incomplete pass. So now we got third and long, and we're looking for
I think Brady was on the dig that time. Sorry to interrupt you. I think he was on the dig that time. It looked like his user looked strong right there, and if he'd have threw that one, I think he might have got the pick. But looks like he probably opened his eyes to those dig routes across the middle of the field.
He may have noticed after the last one because he had been doing a good job of covering it. All right, drop back to pass. We got third and long. It's open on the right side. Nope, it's not, and that's almost an interception. But good defense there.
Great defense.
Honestly, I think if he freeforms that downfield against a linebacker, I would expect
He's
that.
gonna catch it.
I would expect
No,
it
it's
to
a
be
big play.
included. Yeah, but
I agree.
is what it is, though. We've got the stop. Browns now have the ball left with about 2.5 minutes left, just under. This looks like an unfortunate punt. So he's got plenty of time to run his
Plenty of time.
offense. Be
Good field
patient.
position.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Be patient, like you said. He doesn't have to
Yeah,
go
man.
crazy. We don't have to run any more posts, corner combos, and force and throws. I love
Yeah.
that jet pass here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I want to see if that's the one he picked. Looks that way. Yeah.
With him moving the defensive line, I now like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. Got to cut quicker than that.
He covered it. Oh, you got to get it right up the middle. Just take it right up.
Yeah, you just gotta stem that up, and I think we overcommitted there in the flat from the Titans, but that's exactly where he ran it. So that's a tackle for
good defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they made a play.
But
he came around the corner, and made the play itself.
He did, but
that's
now you've set up looks where you can run a fake pass or fake jet, and then do the handoff or a fake jet pass, and maybe he'll bite on it like he did there.
Oh, yeah. He committed hard on it, so you want to come back to that in the second half.
All right, drop back to pass in a 2x2. Hit the running back in the flat. That should be an easy first down. There's that patience coming up to the logo at the 2-minute warning.
Great play. Smart play. Got it out your hands quick. I wonder what Brady's going to do here as far as time management. Like on this next play, clock's probably going to start running on a complete pass or on a run or whatever he's going to do. Just make sure he manages the clock well. You want to give him the ball back to him after you score with as little time as possible.
So we're checking out of the Y cross. He's going into a verticals look. Drops back to pass. It looks like it's pretty well covered. So I would have guessed that was cover 3 seam just based off of how the defense moved.
Looks like it was.
Oh, no, it was.
Oh,
it
man,
was traditional cover 1. So regular cover 1, that Y cross should have been wide open. He may have been concerned about the guys in the front.
Yeah.
Curious why he checked there. I'd love to know.
And I still think he has that linebacker covering that wide receiver, too. You got to notice the mismatch. And he had there you go. He went back to it.
Yeah, I think he realized he hit the wrong button right away, and so he turned it into a pump fake and then was still able to get it off. That's awesome. But that time,
he's cooking in these last 2 drives. Brady's been pretty good. These last 2 drives, he's been really solid.
Absolutely. All right, so now we're in plus territory, right? We're over here. We're driving. 55 seconds left. Plenty of time. We have 2 timeouts still, so feel free to hand off the ball just so he knows you can. I probably would have called the timeout here, though.
Let him run. You got 2 more timeouts. He'll be fine. He just got to get out and get this play call fast. So
I imagine he went with the flood here. So like you said, he's going to be targeting the out of bounds, the perimeter. I would expect Geronimo to cover that, though. Oh, no, he went with the smash.
Interesting. Obviously, he audible to a run.
Yep, trips right side, so we're going to run into it and tackled right away.
Okay, well, you're in field goal range if you can kick. You probably want to use the timeout here.
So I think he's playing for the field goal here. I think he's saying, I'm happy being tied. So we're setting up a screen on trips right. We're saying, hey, either this is a touchdown or it's going to be an easy kick.
This is interesting. That was an interesting play call. What are we doing, Brady? Okay.
Wait, he called the timeout really early? Okay. Yeah. Everyone at home,
should have waited for 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 or 3 seconds if you're feeling, not so squirrely. Please don't call it at 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You play for the tie. You put yourself in a long field goal spot. You got the timeout early. Man.
I'm not mad at him really for playing for the tie if you just kind of trying to get through the game. I hear that. But at the same time, he was in a good rhythm with Watson. He had just thrown the touchdown. He just got the ball downfield with him. Give your quarterback a chance to throw it downfield, man. Call that timeout with about 38 seconds left and take a few shots at the end zone. But, you got to get a stop coming out of the half right here. You squandered a chance, right? There's missed opportunities right here.
So let's get Cody's thoughts, because Cody runs a very similar offense, I believe.
I did in this league, but I do in fourth right now. I run air raid, but yeah, he's running my playbook. So basically, I think his big issues right now is identifying middle of field open, middle of field close, and running into heavy boxes is not Not when you want to run in the air raid. You want to run only when you have very light boxes, and every other time you should be throwing the ball. You got to. I think he needs to work on his quick game. His quick game is not very good. He's decent at reading wide cross, mesh, shallow cross, but he has almost virtually zero quick game outside of the screens that we've seen so far. But other than that, man, I think Geronimo on his side, he's playing good defense, but his offense is he's just waiting a little bit too late to make a decision on offense in the passing game, and I think that's what's hurting him. I don't know if that's a all pro to all Madden change or what for him, because I know the window's a little tighter. You gotta make quicker decisions, so that may be what's giving him fits. But yeah, I'll turn it back over to you guys. Looks like we're starting the third now.
So we got play action pass. We've got a deep in, able to connect to Burks, and that's a pretty big gain down to the 50-yard line. So he said, all right, I've got this deep crosser. I'm going to come out. You're thinking I'm going to run. I'm going to hit it over the top. That was a great play call, I think.
Yeah, it was. Good way to start your drives.
How often do you script beginning of halves?
Typically I script the beginning of the game, and usually my play calling is determined on what I've seen in the first half. Like if it's something I liked or something I know I can run something off of, like if the power run to the right side has been working, I might start the second half with a play action off the power run to the right side. So, you know what I'm saying? You just want to kind of look at what happened in the first half, what worked, and sometimes guys are looking at that too. They overcompensate for some of the stuff you've been beating them on. And you want to maybe throw a curveball in there. So that was a good idea for him to start with that play action, get him coming across the field.
Absolutely, and we see that empty set again, and he runs levels again. So we see he's being pretty consistent out of that empty set. Spread guys out and then, hit them horizontally instead of necessarily vertically.
Getting the ball out of his hands quick on that one.
Under center trips this side. This time on the right, we're making some checks. Drop back to pass. Not a lot open. Good coverage there by the user. Good coverage by the defense. Ooh. Throws it, basically away. I mean, as far as I was concerned. Yeah. So something I noticed about Geronimo, and I'm sure he'll see this, and maybe he can make an adjustment, is most of the time he's making rapid checks like that, it seems to be a pass play. I'd like to see him do some mock or pretend ones, just like Peyton Manning used to do, right? Where he's like, I'm going to just spout this gibberish. It means nothing. We're just running the ball.
Right, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely something you got to think about. Like right now, run after he did all that.
Yeah, but like you knew it was a pass play because he sat there and made 8 checks and it's valid. I mean, with this type of a vertical attack, you want to be able to make those checks. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it could be giving away exactly what you're working with. Yeah,
this is a big drive for Geronimo, though, man. You want to kind of start to try to crush Brady's will a little bit. You get a touchdown right here after he missed that field goal. He's going to feel, he's back 10 instead of only being back 7. So you get a touchdown right here, you be in good shape.
Definitely agree. All right, so we got that run under center there, get a 4. I mean, you take a 4-yard gain every single time, so we're going back under center now.
Yeah, definitely.
Compressed on the right side.
Against Dime, and he just widened out.
Dropping back. He's giving that back. Oh,
touchdown.
What coverage was that? I didn't notice. Looked like that was a wheel.
It looks like cover 2, or no, it was cover 3 buzz. Ooh, how did he get that open? That's crazy.
Did he?
Well, you had 2 people kind of in the area. One guy was trying to guard 2 people.
I'm trying.
I'd love to see a replay on that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back if he adjusted it to a hard flat, maybe.
Yeah, gotta be, because somebody should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So
easy throw, too.
Yeah, absolutely. The corner was taken off by the go route right there, which is fair.
Right.
As we're returning the kick on that left side, which is you're going to be stopped inside the 20. He actually got to the 20, which is a good return over there. If it's kicked to the side, you let it go. If it's down the middle, I ask that you let it go because it would be a cheesy touchdown otherwise. But, neither here nor there.
Man, them down the middle, man, let me tell you. I don't know how many times I was hurt by that last season. It's crazy.
It is. Again, which is why I just abstained. I'm like, I'm not participating in this broken system of these returns. Anyway, don't get me started. All right. So we came out with a wide cross, but we said, all right, we have a little bit of running room over here if we check to it, but it was not necessarily an open box because he still had his 6 guys. So, we got the stop there. And maybe that's part of what Cody was trying to talk about was it's not just if I see a little bit of grass there, I have to have a clean box.
Yeah.
Because you had 6 or 7 guys in the box there, and you're running with 5 or 6 blockers. So that time, Whitecross was very well covered. Still
was tight,
caught, though, in Joku.
That's a really good throw and really good catch. And he was double teamed almost. And they had him kind of bracketed, and he still made that throw and catch. That's crazy.
I would be careful if I were the
Browns.
No,
I wouldn't have thrown it.
Well, because he's been relying on that Whitecross a lot now. So basically, mesh and Whitecross are his two go-tos. If it's not a drag or a Whitecross, he's had almost no success.
Looks like man coverage right here. I'm interested to see what he does against it.
He's trying to run because he sees he's got outside with Njoku, nobody covering him, but then he's going to have Njoku on a tight end, so he needs help, and it gets bottled up.
Yeah.
Look like you missed the hole there.
Yeah, he did.
No, that's what I promise you that was predetermined. He saw nobody over Njoku, so he thought he'd be able to bounce that outside, but that's just not how the gap worked. Like you said, it wasn't a zone block where they can just down block. They were gap blocking, so the hole was there, but that's not what he was looking for, I think. Just, what I think I saw. Looks like man coverage, dropping back.
Yeah, same again. Man coverage.
Drag.
The crosser.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He took away the crosser that time.
Yeah.
He's been running it so much. I think he's been expecting it every time he goes in one of those trip formations.
Exactly. So how
or
often?
Just on, heavy on the right.
So we talked earlier about picking plays that are a part of your identity, right? But how often do you go back to 1 or 2 concepts that are your comfort ones before you're worried the opposing team is going to catch on?
I mean, it just really depends on down and distance. I got stuff I'm going to just, for example, if you on 4th and 2, 3rd and 2, and you got to have it, you go with your best concept, regardless. If it's been working or what you call it, you know what I'm saying? You just go with what you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, man, you want to kind of mix it up, too, to kind of not let somebody, just like I just said, as soon as the ball was snapped, he went to that man coverage, and he took his middle field safety, and he was right on the crosser because he'd been doing it all the time. And that's a big play for him. But he hit that guy underneath right there, so maybe next time, you know what I'm saying, he's going to pay a little bit more attention to that. So, I mean, you just want to kind of throw in curveballs here and there with them dudes. For the most part, that's a bad throw. He had the deep ball on the right side.
Honestly, I think he had the slant if he just hits it earlier. I mean, he waited way too long on that one. You can't hit the slant that late whenever you've got middle reads.
I thought the receiver on the right-hand side, he had a touchdown, man. He beat the buddy off the line, and there was no safety back there to help him. The safety was going in the middle of the field.
Probably praying for a crosser. Yeah.
So for Stick, I'd be interested in hearing why he read the left side first on that, because against that coverage, I'd be reading right side first there.
Yeah, you'd have saw that touchdown, too. He beat him off the line. It was about to be an easy one.
Because you got to choose a side there, and I don't remember what the defensive call was, but I know on the right side he had a couple options open on the right side of the field.
Yeah, so I feel like I honestly wouldn't have even read the corner to see if that streak was a touchdown or not. I would have read the apex on the right side, and like Cody said, he honestly didn't really cover either one. I mean, but you definitely would have had the tight end open on that little quick out, and that would have been exactly what you want out of Stick. I think what he probably read was man coverage and said that I'm going slant, but he just waited.
Yeah, on the right side, I saw 3-on-2 on the right side, and the tight end had instant leverage. So
definitely,
man, got to get a stop right here, man, or it's gonna get bad.
We got second down. We're at the midfield logo. Making a couple checks, which means it's a pass play. Everything's covered pretty well. Does not, again, that's what we were talking about earlier. He was covering grass, right? If he would have collapsed down earlier, you already saw the tight end leave.
He would have had nowhere to go.
You know the tight end's not your responsibility anymore. So then when that back leaks out, you just crash on it.
Yeah, find you some work.
All right, so we got trips left this side, tight end and running back isolated on the right. Makes one check, drop back to pass. Oh, so I think anticipated.
Myles Garrett.
I think Geronimo anticipated the user taking away that deep in, that dig, and so he didn't throw it. But then he realized he should have thrown it, so he basically, like you saw the quarterback in the game patting the ball, right?
Right.
And so he was like, "Oh, I should have thrown it," and then sacked because Myles Garrett.
Yeah, because it's Myles Garrett right there. 4 sacks on the game for the Browns right now. They're getting a lot of good pressure. I mean, this game probably could be a blowout with all the turnovers he's had, but he's still in it. There's a lot of time left. You get a stop right here.
Absolutely. So we've got 2nd and 20 now. We've got 2 backs in the backfield making some checks, dropping back. Deep drop back for a comeback, and Neighbors able to make the catch.
Wow.
Great throw and catch there. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Shout out to Malik Neighbors. Go Tigers. Big time play.
So I love comebacks.
Yeah.
Comebacks, when I was in high school, I was one of the only guys that could actually throw a comeback. And then coaching it's one of the hardest things to cover. I love them. In Madden, up until recently, I feel like they've been almost impossible. I think they're manageable this year.
Yeah, they definitely are.
How much do you utilize those in your offense?
None, actually. I should, but I don't use it a whole lot. But I get them used on me an awful lot. So they definitely work this year. It's crazy.
All right, so we got the post there. Looks like the deep third safety kind of got caught in no man's land, didn't cover anybody. Does he not have
Easy
match
throw.
on? Why didn't we get that covered?
I just be feeling like you drop back those ends because on that play it's a zone blitz and the end drops back. Sometimes they don't get the right depth.
Maybe.
And you asking the end to drop back and get back, and that was what, like 20 yards down the field?
It was,
but
that
throw.
time, he tries to hit the post again, but this time it was quite a little cut there. This time the safety was actually there to make a play, so it's a little bit different once you get toward the goal line as opposed to in the middle of the field.
Yeah. No, but back to that last play with the zone blitz, a lot of times the guy you're dropping back, if you're running a 4-3, is usually a traditional defensive end, rather than if you're running a 3-4. And, sometimes those 3-4 guys are those outside linebackers who have a little bit better coverage skills and their awareness is a little bit higher, so they get back on that coverage a little bit faster, I feel like. But you're dropping back probably Myles Garrett or whoever his other defensive end is. They're not used to dropping back coverage like that. It's not a good play call, but he ended up getting the pick on the next play, so it didn't matter. And a big one right here.
So, we've got mesh there. He read man coverage, I believe. He saw that it was cover 1, so he wasn't confident on either drag. So he said, all right, I've got time. I'm going to hit the running back on my wheel route here. Great throw, and was able to make up a lot of that ground.
Yeah, that's big time. You got to get a touchdown on this drive, keep it close, give yourself a chance late in the fourth quarter to get a win.
Yeah, I think we're in fourth.
Well played game for the most part defensively on both sides, to be honest with you. It's been a lot of mistakes on offense for both quarterbacks, but decent play game.
And so a lot of people will complain when stuff like that, right? They're like, oh, well, this isn't good defense. This is just bad offense. I disagree. I think the good defenses are forcing tough plays from the offense. We've seen a lot of plays where there's nobody open. And it's really hard in general, let alone in a video game, to eat it.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to try to make a throw.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, I mean, and so it's honestly really tough. It takes a lot of discipline. I personally am an expert at throwing interceptions. I don't know that I've ever hit the throwaway button, but that's something that I'm trying to...
expert.
As we get a handoff here for 3rd and 1. That's something I've tried to work on a little bit, but I know me, right? It's know your personnel, KYP, that's what we would always say. You said it earlier, you referenced know your personnel. So instead of expecting me to throw it away, I've implemented easier checks, quicker reads, instead of trying to gun it downfield when I'm probably going to throw it. He's running here, but he gets the first down. He got a lucky little bounce off the offensive line.
They're blocking. They're definitely blocking for him. Something I keep noticing, that mismatch is still there with that. He goes in that man coverage, and that linebacker is always matched up on that slot receiver. If Grady could see that, it'd be another big play.
Definitely. So I love the post here if he can hit it. Nope. Okay, that safety came back.
He's going wheel route. Oh, he had the wheel route for the touchdown. He didn't have to run.
Yeah, I don't know what he... So I think what happened was Geronimo was in a look that made it look like that post was going to be wide open. You could tell Geronimo checked, though, to cover 4. I think Brady made his pre-snap read where he said, hey, I'm going to this post. But then the safety took it away, and he was kind of lost, so he just scrambled and bailed. All right, drop back to pass. We got Y cross again. Everything pretty well covered. Check down to the running back. Shoves the guy off of
Oh,
him.
made a play.
Pushes forward.
He made a play.
Wow, we got first. How upset's Geronimo after this
Oh, that
drive?
boy underdog. It's a small running back. I know that. Pushing people over, huh?
Yeah,
Darren Sproles looking like.
He's got the will of the warrior, though, and that's what matters.
Yeah, definitely. I know he's probably killing himself, and Geronimo's probably yelling at the TV at his house.
All right, but it's still, hey, like you said, it's still been a very well called defensive game. It's mostly been checkdowns coming off. So we'll see here. We've got another cross situation. He's trying to check. Why are we checking into run here?
This looks like a blitz.
Why? I'm very curious what he saw there. That looked like a horrible box run.
I would have loved that screen against that blitz. I would have loved that quick screen against that blitz that might have popped.
I'm worried he's going to force the ball.
And he's still blitzing.
Drop him back.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He forced the ball here. Oh, okay, we caught it, though.
Pick.
Okay.
Well, it looked like he was right there to get the interception.
I know. I was so worried that as soon as I saw the play art, I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And say sometimes
well played game though, Brady. I mean, it's 17-7. He should have more points than this, but he's in the game, you know.
I'm kind of worried with the position he put himself in with that play call earlier, but
yeah, definitely.
All right, so jet pass. I'm a little worried about it with that edge guy off the tackle here. We'll see if the fullback can get it blocked. The tackle swings out and blocks it.
Nice.
Once again, though, Carter able to make a play, get in touch with him. That's tough on third down. I guess he decided it was fourth down. Nope, he's kicking a field goal here.
Yeah, I feel like you got to go for it right there. You run, so you go for it on the fourth down.
Agreed. I think what happened was on second down, he made that questionable call, threw it into coverage, and he said, I need to make sure I don't make a mistake here.
Yeah. Make it a one-score game, I guess, but I ain't mad at you. You guys drove all the way down the field. I might have had to roll the dice on that and go for it on fourth down.
Because of the jet pass, I agree with you, but it's tough for sure. KT said he requests for us to do his next game.
Bet. We own it. It's a new team. This is like Garden and Charles Davis all over again, man.
All right, so we're making checks.
Big try, Brady. Man coverage here.
We're getting out of the trips here into a 2x2.
He's really challenging these receivers. He's in their face and everything.
What just happened? What? Well,
oh, wow.
That was probably one of the jankier plays I've seen there. But
yeah, I never. It looked weird. It definitely looked weird.
So I guess he saw the press man, so he said, "I'm going for this fade smash because I've got wide side of the field over here. I can maybe get some room. I'm cool with the play call. It just all looked real funky, to be honest.
It looked like them boys got pressed and nobody really got off press coverage.
Definitely. All right, so we're in pistol now. We're making checks. Okay, oh no, that's play action. And Garrett is just, oh my, he was a man possessed. He just threw that left tackle in the trash. And just pinned his ears back. Yeah, it's crazy.
The dog pound is rolling right now. 5th sack of the game. Myles Garrett is a stud, bro. It's just nothing left to be said about that man. And he's put himself in position now, man. Get off the field here.
So we've got empty again. He ran levels exclusively from empty the first 2 times. 3rd and 24, that's definitely not the call. Making one check.
Probably a vert.
Drop back to pass, and it is almost a safety.
Yeah, that's that little... I know this play. TM ran this play against me, the Texans. Yeah, with a red zone. I was going to say red zone. I couldn't remember. I knew it was red zone something. But that play kind of takes a long time to develop, and you got Myles Garrett, and these boys have been eating all day. So, you weren't going to get nothing with that.
So that was... Wait, where did the returner go? Okay, he got the...
There he goes.
Oh, did he go for the block?
You got to be... Yeah, you got to be kicking yourself for that fair catch, though. You could have got about 5-10 yards off that return.
I think he was just happy to get a returner there. I don't know what happened. All right, so we have another one where he was in that weird look. He checks down to flip the field. So we got Verts here with the cross on the left. So more similar concept here as we drop back to pass. He should have it open. He goes for the streak, though. Wow.
Oh, no, that's a touchdown, but you got to put some air under that. It looked like he had him beat, though. You can probably throw that deep ball over there.
In this match,
it's one-on-one to the outside.
In this Madden that deep, I feel like the corner makes that play. He had 2 crosses that both would have been open, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to take your time. But he hadn't thrown a deep ball all game. Just give him, he just wanted to take a shot and see if he can get there. This is interesting. It's like a safety blitz. So I'm wondering what.
Last time Geronimo did this, he checked out of it.
Okay.
So we're calling mesh because of the obvious safety blitz. I like that. Yeah, see, he checks out of it to get the safeties to bail. And Brady
that's
punishes.
A big play.
There you go.
Big time play. Nice throw. Pocket presence has been pretty good for Brady today. I don't think he's been sacked but one time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's made a lot of throws where he's bought some time. He had a nice pocket there. One-on-one, he just beats the guy in the middle of the field.
So we've got our
This is it. I think
again.
This is the play where he has that linebacker covering Tank Dell, and it might be open again if it's man coverage. And it is.
But we had Rhodes.
It didn't matter.
Beat AJ Terrell like he stole something off the press and was able to get a big play. So you just take that free money right there.
Yeah, definitely.
TM said don't reference that game. He said he was sick as hell.
Well, he runs it. I don't even know if he ran it the last time we played him, but he definitely has run it before on me.
If someone wants to message Brady not to run toward Jeffrey Simmons again,
Yeah, man. Please text his phone or something like that, because this guy is blowing shit all the way up.
All right, 2-minute warning. 16-yard line.
This is big.
Only second down. How much of this time are you trying to take up? Are you trying to take all 2 minutes, or are you just trying to get in the end zone? I don't care how it happens.
The number one thing is getting the first down right now. Even if you don't get a touchdown this play, getting the first down and getting a fresh set of down and just letting the clock run a little bit. I want to give him 30 seconds max. Like as much time as I could use down here in the red zone. Because, you want to it's paramount that you get the score. But this game got to go to overtime, or I'm going for the game-winning 2-point. That's a pick.
Yep.
You heard that man say no. Watching Brady scream.
Yeah.
And it's in my headset. He says no.
Yeah, that looked like another cross.
I felt that too, big dog.
He tries to force the cross, I think, and it just,
yeah, man, he went to the well too many times on the crossing route. My man was all over it. Oh, man. How much time? We got 3 timeouts, though, man. And defense has been playing well.
He should be able to get the ball back.
Yeah.
All right, under center, trips left side, cover 1 on defense. We're going to hand off, and, awful angle. JOK with a questionable tackle. Yeah, gain of 5.
Got to make that tackle. That's, 2 or 3 extra yards right there because you missed the first tackle.
Mm-hmm. Only 51 rushing yards for Tennessee on the game.
Yeah. And he got a superstar running back, which is a trip. He didn't really lean on him.
Stretch right side against that heavy tight end personnel. Defense kind of disrupts it a little bit, sets
get
the
the
edge.
First. Okay. Big play.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 1, though.
You're at home. Do you gamble and just all out blitz it, or do you just
against the 3 tight end set?
This is a tough play call. Yeah,
I absolutely do.
You got to get some.
Although that's a fullback people back there, or that's a tight end at fullback now.
Okay. Aquano. Yeah.
So that's his best tight end in at fullback. This would make me worried because I'd be looking for a pass here. He calls timeout.
He's not going. I was about to say he's not going to run the Myles Garrett side. I wouldn't. That shit is going to get blown up. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I feel like I can't lose to a quick pass or a run here, so I send it. What do you do?
Yeah, definitely. Send everybody.
So he goes zone blitz here. Fullback to see, so
big play.
We keyed on the tight end at fullback there. We said this is suspicious. Something's happening here. He gives it to him, and we get a stop and a timeout. So 1:33 left.
I'm curious why he just let 10 seconds burn off the clock just now before he called that timeout. I thought he was going to let the whole 30 seconds roll off so he can keep the timeout for his drive, but he wasted a little bit of time there.
I think he was probably busy celebrating, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he was lit. Definitely.
All right, so we got to try to return this one. Inside the 20 on the return. He took that guy out of the play. Oh, no, he was able to come back.
Big play.
I feel like if you run that a little bit straighter, you can make that defender not impact that play. But that's okay. He's at the 29 now. 125.
No, definitely.
No timeouts, honestly, isn't that big of a deal here as long as you got good tempo.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be in good shape. 125 is a long time. You can still spike the ball. It won't, the chew of the clock won't take forever.
If you're hitting drags here, get them out of bounds. Don't necessarily try to get upfield immediately.
And look, you're playing for the game if you make that field goal before half. That shit is wild. I'm interested here. This looks like cover 4.
Yeah, he checked to 4 vert for a second against. He checked again. I didn't see what he changed it to. A run.
Okay, steal some yards.
I got to hurry up here. There you go. Okay.
Steal some yards. There you go. Steal some yards, get closer. I mean, you still got to get a touchdown, but...
You see, for me,
in
this position,
you got to get a spike here.
I think you hit that running back too soon. I'd want to see him hit it a little closer to the sideline there, or let the other drag open up. All right, 45 seconds left. We're not even in midfield yet. Our tempo is a little behind.
I'm interested to see the coverage on Tank Dell on this right side if he's one-on-one.
Blanketed.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof.
Oh, man. I thought he caught it on the bounce. That's crazy.
I would have been sick for Geronimo.
Oh, yeah. That was one of them ones, man. I'd have been hot.
All right, so we got 36 seconds left. We're not even in midfield yet. Now is when I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. But he's one big play away.
He's looking for the wheel right now. I can almost promise you that.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's going back to a lot of the stuff that worked for him. He would have had that crosser square.
Yeah. I think
the guy who the play is drawn up for, he was coming wide open on the right side.
I think he was going for the wheel route all the way. But like you said, he's gone to it so many times already. Geronimo knew it was coming and took it away.
Yeah.
So that's I usually try to establish a few more things throughout the game, all within my my declared concepts and all that good stuff, my regular offense. But it's 3rd and 17 now. You got 22 seconds to travel almost the whole field. So
yeah, definitely.
He had a screen called up.
I wanted to see if he was going to run that because he's been checking out of it. I think he's just picking it, and he likes that formation. Whatever play he has audible debate. So if he runs a screen right there, I don't know if I like that. But what do I know? He fuck around, break it, and score a touchdown.
And he's looking at the jailbreak slot screen now, I think. Honestly, with his offense, I think a screen is probably his best bet.
You think so?
I do not run screens, ever. The only screen that is not an abomination to me is a tunnel screen, and I've never seen Madden run it.
I love screens on this game, but I don't like it in this situation.
He's going for the stick and nods, which means...
I can see the stick nod, though, with Tank Dell covered by a linebacker. You got that mismatch, and he just moved him out of the mismatch.
Now we're checking
that stick nod would have been perfect.
Yeah. And he's going to get delay game. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get it. Crazy.
Man. Yeah, so with 3rd and 22 now, we're inside our own 30.
Oh, man, with 12 seconds.
It's got to be
a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or screen, just because, let's be honest. In this position, a screen, you're hoping the defense is backed off and you can get blockers out in front.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is interesting. It's like cover 1. You might be able to hit something on this.
He
switches on the zone.
Geronimo's done a good job of that, showing one look, changing to another one
before
he snapped the ball. I don't even know. Does he have very many first? Yeah, he had one route for a first down in that play.
Yeah, that's crazy. The post.
Yeah, he had the post corner. He tried to hit the corner again.
It looked like the post was coming open though. And Jeffrey Simmons again. You mentioned him earlier.
Yeah. At that depth,
he made the play.
I think the safety would have taken the post away, but yeah, Jeff Simmons, you do not have a lot of time here. He doubled him this time. That's good, and it doesn't matter. The other defensive tackle got
big sack because of that. That's crazy.
And that's game, is what that is.
Yeah, that's game time. Well played. Good, solid defensive game. Geronimo just made more plays at the end. Brady got to mix it up, man. He fell in love with the crosser. That cost him a touchdown. He came back to the wheel route, got him sacked. I know you hit those plays a few times, but it's in crunch time. He's looking for those. Run plays off of that.
Yeah, there's some definitely some improvements Brady can make that would
Yeah.
probably be the difference in that game. To be honest with you, first off, he's checking to runs and against heavy looks, which isn't the objective of the air raid at all. And
Hmm.
then he's overusing Y cross, and the defense is just, of course, going to make their adjustments, start picking it off. And his quick game, he has no quick game whatsoever outside of the screens, but the screens weren't really working for him outside of maybe one that I remember.
Yeah.
He's got to get into the lab practice mode and practice throwing stick, Ohio, curls, all curls. He's got to practice those concepts just so that he can sustain a drive and keep it going, man. Like,
No facts.
and then check to a run when you have a light box. But like, there was so many times where he checked to like halfback base or inside zone against very, very bad looks. So, and then that right before half, he got very conservative to play for the field goal and missed the field goal. So just a few different things there that I think, I mean, it was only a one score game at the end, so just a few things, man. Uh, you know, he wouldn't have thrown as many picks, and then
Yeah.
he would have probably at least been in contention to. I mean, he still was, right? But I think maybe could have outplayed him if he just fixed a few of those things. And then
And
on the flip side, go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
I say for the most part, I think he played. They played both kind of played the same. They both threw some bad interceptions at times. I just think Brady missing that field goal was huge because you know what I'm saying. You got that one, and then he gave up a field goal on his interception. You know the points off turnovers he gave up off the first drive. That's 6 points right there in the game. You just lost by 7. So you know what I'm saying. You're going that last drive is to get a field goal rather than a touchdown if you don't give him 6 points right there. So
Yeah.
you
And
know what
I
I'm
think on
saying. Like,
Geronimo's side, he's definitely pass first, right? Which is fine in our offense. I just think he needs to make quicker, decisive decisions. I
yeah.
think that's kind of where he's kind of getting in trouble. He's wanting to hold the ball a little bit too long with his quarterback. He's got to get that ball out quick, especially with that type of offense, especially being under center. I don't know about you guys, but from my experience, trying to throw deep concepts under center, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have as much time in the pocket. So
At all.
that, and then check into a run. Like I know for one time he had a really really good run look. He had like two extra hats on the right side, and he chose to pass it. And I think he ended up taking a sack or something. But check into a run, isn't always a bad thing if you
Yeah.
have just an overwhelming good look like that.
But he damn sure took a lot of sacks.
Yeah,
Them
and
boys was
Yeah.
on his back.
as someone that likes to consider myself an expert at deep passing out of under center sets, the problem is that they're deep concepts, but you have to throw them at break. And so you have to understand the leverage and your timing
Yeah.
of it and be perfect on it. Because if you're not, it's going to be an interception or a sack. Because you don't get the luxury of that free 5 yards like you do under gun. So, like you said,
Yeah.
he's just holding the ball for a little bit too long. He's got to make sure he makes those quick reads and know what your check down is. But yeah, that's definitely an issue. I also want to see him self-scout because every time he made multiple checks at the line, it was a pass 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And
He called that out in like the second quarter.
guys will pick up on that, right? I mean, it's not about scouting and watching tape. It's about, I've noticed this thing happen a couple of times. Like, I'm going to see if it continues. It continued. All right, I'm going to capitalize now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you just know a pass is coming.
Exactly.
And especially if you got guys with abilities that, pass rush abilities that work, you could just guess pass every time and go to town. Yeah, I think
What's
for
that jump
him, it's
called?
probably
Pass
just
committed.
yeah, I think it's just for him, it's like the maybe the adjustment to going from all pro to all Madden and with our unique sliders that kind of make the pass rush a little bit better. I think that maybe he's probably just still in his adjustment period, and I mean he didn't build that team himself, so he's taking over for a bunch of different users, including yourself.
Yeah.
So he I think he's winning, so he's definitely over 500. So he's got a
Oh
chance
yeah.
at the division still, and but Brady,
Who's in
man,
that division with him?
you
What's
got
that? The
TM,
Jags, the
yeah,
TN.
TM and Steven Wingler.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a tough division though. Those are veterans. All those guys. TM been playing with us forever, and oh boy, Wingler's definitely a tough out. But
Yeah,
didn't he start like 0-2 or something like that, right?
yeah, he did, I think, and then Zach's really, I think, the top of that division right now. He just had another
Yeah.
big win versus the Patriots.
He helped me
So
out right there. Appreciate him.
yeah, so he's 4-1 right now. That division. But I appreciate y'all doing commentary. It was really good. I think everyone that tuned in enjoyed it a lot.
Ooh, cool. Y'all just let me know. I'm always available, bro. I work from home. Shit.
I am generally available after 8 Eastern, so long as I don't have another game, because I hate myself enough to play this game in 2 different leagues. So
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I definitely hate Madden. This game is terrible, but shit, it's good playing with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been a good year.
Yeah, I mean the season's been going fast so far. I mean
Yeah.
we've been advancing early. I think last week, the first week we didn't advance early, and I think it's looking like another early advance tonight. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, five more games tonight. It's like so. They're all going down here soon, I believe.
Ooh.
But yeah,
all right, well,
Who'd end up
GG's,
winning
boys.
with you and B Dot, bro? I didn't see
I
the whole
won.
game.
I won by a last second field.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Shit.
24-21. It was
That's
a
what
very
I got
defensive
next
game.
week.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He's tough. He
Oh,
runs
yeah.
air raid too, but he runs the stock air raid playbook. So
Gotcha.
he's got all the OG air raid concepts that you can't get in customs, which a lot of people aren't used to seeing. So
Should be fun.
yeah.
all right, well, Nate, Cody, thank you for coming on and co-commentating with me.
No doubt.
Everybody, appreciate y'all for watching, participating in chat, listening, whatever it is that you did, and I appreciate the opportunity. Nate, anything else before we sign off?
Oh, good game, Geronimo. Good game, Brady. Had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Checking you boys out. Good luck to everybody in the league, man. Let's keep it pushing.
All right.